So, Phil recruited me to sell these cards, and now I am recruiting you.
Who is this guy again?
Don't worry about Phil. Phil, he drives a Corvette. He is doing just fine.
Oh my God. Hi, everybody! Hello. How's everybody doing? I literally ran here. I was stuck in traffic. I was trying to type in the chat that I was stuck in traffic. My message didn't send. And then I ran up the stairs from the parkade. And now we're here. I'm just going to put on my lip gloss. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for your patience. I have really bad time management. That's why we're late today. So we're trying our best, okay? I'm just a girl. I'm just a little 32-year-old teenage girl. What is up, my friends of the internet? How are we doing? It's a mess in here. Bubba's outside right now, but he'll be here shortly. How is everyone's Monday going? Am I screaming at you? I'm so sorry. I'm a little out of breath. I just ran up 3 flights of stairs. Okay, I'm happy to be here. I'm just going to... I recorded the funniest little Instagram reel that I had good intentions of posting. Not a reel, for my stories. I had good intentions of posting this before I went live, but my day got away from me. So here we are. I'm going to airdrop this to myself, post on my Instagram stories, and we're going to get started. I want to show you guys... I've been working on a secret project as of yesterday. I started working on this secret project and I'm going to show it to you guys because it's actually not a secret anymore. It's publicly posted here on YouTube and I'm very excited to share it with you. So before we get into today's stream, I am going to show you my secret project, but I have to pull it up first. I feel like I'm trying to do 30 things all at the same time. Okay. Let me just figure this out. So, I'm not even going to give it an introduction. I'm just going to show you my screen once I get it open. Okay, it's ready. Here we go. I want to know your honest feedback on this, and I will be sure to link it in the chat. If you're watching the replay, I will put it into the description of the video. I got to write a note to myself or I'm not going to remember to do that. Okay, in description. Okay, here we go. Sorry for the anticipation. Oh, this is in the way. Okay, here we go. This is it. You can already see it. Okay, let's go. Hi, buddy. I didn't realize how long this was. Okay, so we started a YouTube channel with the dogs. And it's called The Crunch Club. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. If you're sensitive to chewing sounds, I apologize. I'm trying to pull up the link. So if you want to subscribe to my dog's YouTube channel, here's the link. And yes, the other dog was in the room, but we left her or took her out because she is very loud. But Bubba is here. Let me turn on his webcam. Suzanne says, I'm so rich. I finally have a smart TV and now I'm watching you on the big screen. I love to see it. Okay, so here is the Bubba cam. Yeah, let me know what you think about the Crunch Club. We decided to call it that because then we can invite their dog friends over to come and join the club as well. And if you follow it, you can let me know what they should crunch on next. And it's going to be a fun time for everybody. That's not why we're here, though. So if you're here for the coaching content, don't worry. I've got plenty of that for you. Today, as I'm sure you could tell by the title and the thumbnail, we're going to be looking at our bestie teaching us how to build a $200,000 coaching business. So I'm getting excited for that. And let me just catch up on the comments and then we'll get things rolling. I'll pull the chat up on the screen here as well. I apologize for the chaotic energy. I am trying my best. Subscribed, very crunchy. The Crunch Club is super cute. We love it. Very excited. It was hard to get the two of them to sit still and eat. I'm like, I watch a lot of these videos of like dogs eating stuff. And I'm like, I don't know how these people get their dogs to sit still because mine absolutely not. Oh my goodness. Okay. So someone sent this content to me in my reaction form. So if there's ever anything you come across that you want me to react to potentially in a live stream, send it to the form linked in the description. That's where I received this. It looks like it's like a 5-part series. I'm not even entirely sure. 4-part series maybe. But basically it's all part of the sales page for the 200K mastermind, which if you're new here and you're not familiar, this is a topic of conversation that comes up here a lot on this channel. The Stacey Bayman 200K mastermind. We listened to an episode from her podcast last week. I have no affiliation with the Life Coach School or Stacey Bayman, who is a downline of the Life Coach School, but I do know that many people who watch this channel have had direct experience in her programs. So everything I say is just a silly little opinion that I've made up based on my own thoughts. So it's not that serious, okay? Let's see. Are you coaching the dogs to become fur influencers? That's exactly what I'm doing. They actually each paid me $5,000 to be included in this video. And they're sponsoring my YouTube channel today. So this episode is brought to you by the Crunch Club. Whoops. My mic is like coming loose. Okay. There we go. Oh my goodness, Marie, that is commitment. Marie says, my Wi-Fi's down. I got to watch this on mobile data. Hopefully you have a good data plan. One time I was working remotely and the Wi-Fi wasn't working out of the place that I was, and I had to upload a YouTube video on my data plan. Thankfully I have like 90 gigs a month, but it took 25 gigs to upload a YouTube video and like 4 hours. It was crazy. And yes, exactly. So the channel is going to be animal ASMR. So it's just them eating crunchy food. Okay, anyway, back to what we're doing. Let's take a look through the page and then we'll watch the videos. So there's 4 videos. I believe they're each like 10 to 15 minutes long.
Experience it.
Whoa.
And then
so loud. And then we'll kind of go from there. Okay, so if you want to have a $200,000 coaching business, the 200K Mastermind is the only place you want to be. An irresistible offer, advanced marketing, selling, delivering, and a 200K concept creates a 200K business for life. So if you are new here and you're not familiar, Stacey Bayman's like claim to fame is that she helps life coaches make 6 figures, multiple 6 figures. She has an entry-level program called 2K, a middle level program called 200K, and then a top tier sort of program called 2 million, I think. And basically she helps you do those things, allegedly make 2K, 200K, $2 million in top line revenue. Does she actually help people do those things? That's up for debate. I wouldn't know. I've never been a client, but you can search it on Reddit and determine for yourself whether or not you think that's true. Our proven process has been helping coaches make money with simple offers, no overhead, and spacious work weeks since 2019. And we have helped a lot of coaches make money at a very high level. 646 coaches have come through our doors. Their results have been tracked, and they are defining a new standard in the industry. The average life coach earns $40,000 to $60,000 a year is a thing of the past for our students. I would love to know where the statistic is coming from. Where are we seeing that the average life coach is earning $40,000 to $60,000 a year? Because I don't know that I believe it unless we're going by averages. And if you don't know, averages are never really accurate. I want to know what the median salary is. Thank you very much. The median coach in our room is gaining 48% revenue in their first mastermind round. Okay. If you have been on the channel a long time, you would have likely, especially if you're someone that watches my live streams, you likely would remember the time that we all gathered around to listen to this woman's data study. data study, however you want to say it. And in that study, she uses a lot of percentages. Now, I got dragged a bit on Reddit for the way that I analyze this. Some people don't agree with me. That's fine. I personally think that people like this use percentages. Let me just scroll this up so you can actually see it. They use percentages because the actual numbers aren't that impressive. So 48% increase in revenue is great. But if my business is only making $1,000, a 48% increase in revenue is only $1,500. So sure, 48% might sound impressive, but $1,500 a month still isn't a livable wage. So in my opinion, if the numbers, the actual dollar values were impressive, they would just use the dollar value in their sort of presentation here. But because likely the dollar values aren't that impressive, we're using percentages instead to make it sound more impressive than it is. I'm alleging, that's just my opinion, my assumption. If I was her in her position trying to sell you on this concept of I'm going to help you increase your revenue by X, and I knew that the percentage sounded larger than the actual dollar value, personally, I would use the percentage as well. Thank you, Hillary. I appreciate that. Hillary says the dragging totally wasn't warranted. The percentages were absolutely misleading by design, in my opinion. I 100% agree. Now, Sarah is asking, people are paying $200,000 for coaching. I know a few people in the chat have been in this program. I don't think it's $200,000. The program, I believe, is $25,000 for 6 months. Is that right? Something like that. But they encourage you to sign up for like 3 years or something. Like they want you to do 6 rounds of 6 months or something like that. So then it ends up costing you like $150,000. But the idea is you pay $25,000 and your business is going to earn $200,000. So then it like pays for itself. Allegedly. Interesting. So Janaea says, you're absolutely right. We're taught as copywriters for coaching specifically to change the statistics as much as possible without lying to sound good. And I get it. If I'm trying to sell you something on the idea that you're going to get X results, and I know that like Hillary was my coaching client and I helped her grow her revenue from $1 to $10, it sounds a lot more impressive for me to say, I helped Hillary 10x her revenue than it does to say, I helped Hillary make $9 extra. So if I'm just saying you wouldn't use percentages if the numbers themselves were actually that impressive. So I'm just alleging, in my opinion. And again, she links to the data study. You can Google it, look it up, listen to the podcast, or listen to my live stream about it. I think that there's some funny little cherry picking going on there. To compare, Silicon Valley startups, the fastest growing companies in the world, consider 40% hypergrowth, and that's over an entire year. And those companies are burning hundreds of millions of dollars in venture capital to get it done. Yes, but they're also generating hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. So why are we comparing apples to oranges? Just asking. 200K Mastermind coaches have a strategic advantage. When you choose an offer that is in alignment with your financial resources, audience size, sales skills, and goals, you can have growth without the extreme financial risk. By learning the simple 5-step 200K process, you will become a powerful life coach and a savvy entrepreneur. Okay. Immediate red flag for any kind of coaching offer, allegedly, in my opinion, is anyone offering a set system. So this woman is offering you a proven 5-step system. Red flag immediately. Just because something worked for one person doesn't mean it's going to work for everyone. So always keep that in mind when you're looking to buy something. Think, did this person actually get these results only for themselves? Has it been duplicated? By whom has it been duplicated? Has their success actually looked like the kind of success that I want? Or am I looking for something entirely different? These are all things that you need to consider. Okay. You will create an irresistible offer, learn to market that offer simply and effectively, sell a high percentage of your audience, over-deliver to everyone who pays you, and evaluate and solve all your business obstacles like 200K earners do. You will gain time and energy back in your work week to reinvest that energy straight into making more money. And if you think you aren't ready yet to work towards 200K, think again. We recommend that you get started as soon as you've sold your first $25,000 of life coaching in the last 12 months, as our median 25K earner has increased their revenue by 224% in just their first round. So again, stay with us for one round on your way to 200K or until you achieve 200K, and then you move into that $2 million group. So it's kind of this idea, and I think I've talked about this in a few of my videos. If I haven't, I really should do a deep dive into this concept of like the coaching industry, specifically like the coaches coaching coaches on how to coach subset of the industry is built on the idea that you believe you consistently need to be investing in mentorship. There is this ongoing narrative in my observation, and this isn't unique to Stacey Bateman. This is like the overarching industry as a whole, that if you aren't continuously investing, I say that word lightly, in your business via having a coach, then you A, don't truly believe in coaching, and B, are destined to fail because in order to be successful, you constantly need to be challenging your beliefs and in the room with people who are doing better than you and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I can't think of any other business where you are essentially told that you're going to fail if you don't have like a mentor telling you what to do. It has always seemed really weird to me that like the coaching coaches specifically believe that their success rides on their ability to like have a good mentor. And so this is just an example of once you reach 200K, don't worry, we have another program we can put you in to bring you to 2 million. And like there's always another thing that you need to go to, another hoop to jump through. Lori, you're not late. I was late. We've only been here for 15 minutes. Welcome. Okay, let's see. So then we keep going. What's creating these explosive results? The 200K Mastermind is the perfect blend of mindset and strategy. If you were here last week, we heard that the reason why our businesses are failing is because we don't believe in ourselves. So I'm going to think it's pretty heavy on the mindset and light on the strategy, but I don't know that for a fact because, again, I've never purchased one of these programs. You will learn what to do, why to do it, the thoughts to think to make it easy to do it, how to evaluate failures, and how to compound success. It's that simple. So I believe these are like the 5 things we're going to learn in this training. So rather than continue to read through the sales page, because it's really actually super long, it looks like, we are going to watch training number 1, which is titled Episode 1, the 3 biggest pain points, and then we'll go from there. If it works. I might have to refresh the page. Give me a second. Okay. Episode 1, the 3 biggest pain points. Let's go.
Hi, welcome to the path to 200K. I'm Master Coach Instructor Stacey Bateman, and I help life coaches make a lot of money. I want to walk you through my 3 biggest pain points in my business when I was taking the journey that you're taking right now, and how I solved for those 3 big pain points. There was a time in my business where I was making good money, but I was not feeling great about my business. You might have decided to join a network marketing company or be a life coach in order to genuinely impact people. My 3 biggest pain points that you might be experiencing too. Pivotal moments that really led me to create the 200K Mastermind and the 200K process, and really informed the things that we spend the most time teaching at our live events and on our weekly calls calls and in our breakout groups. So my first pain point was when I was making multiple six figures, the way that I was making it was by having no less than 26 different offers. I laugh at that, but it was true. I was doing one-on-one coaching, group coaching, and retreats. And then within those 3 types of coaching that I was doing, I had multiple price points for every single thing. I was coaching on all kinds of different topics, mostly business, but everything was very loose. There was no process. There were no specific results. There were no specific people that were joining. My offers were really all over the place. I was creating offers from a place of what will sound cool and make people want to join or hang out in, not what will help people get results and what will actually drive impact for my students, for my.
Okay, this is super interesting to me because, and I have speculated this before on stream. Again, if someone wants to verify it, that would be great. I believe that she didn't really have like a massive life coaching business before she became a coach for life coaches. So it's funny to say, like, I didn't really know what my offer was, so that's why I wasn't growing. No, it's because you were actually trying to be a life coach, and then you realized that the money isn't in life coaching, it's in coaching other coaches on how to be a life coach, and then that's when things blew up. But again, if that's not true, I will take the L and I will admit I'm wrong. However, I don't believe I am.
Clients. And so I remember going on my scaling journey and having to go back and really do a lot of basic work that if I had done at the beginning, I would have been able to scale my business a lot faster. And the biggest thing was cleaning up all of my offers and constraining down to a very painful one. That was a very hard transition for me. However, I had a lot of amazing byproducts that came from being willing to do that. And I'll share some of those in the next video. But first, let's talk about the second painful thing I went through that really informed the 200K Mastermind. The reason I had so many offers is because I had a lot of thoughts that my students also have, that I love this client, but they might not be able to pay at this price point. So I've got to create a 3-tiered price point for all of my retreats and sell people on coming for 2 days, and then 3 days, and then 5 days. Where this person really needs 18 months of coaching, and this person only needs 6 months. So I've got to make sure that they have the exact amount of time that they need. And then the real silent killer is, well, I want to coach on all the things. So I've got to have lots of different group coaching offers and lots of things so that I can just coach on every area that piques my interest. I had the 6-figure society for coaches, for life coaches who wanted to make 6 figures. Then I had Diva Business School for all entrepreneurs who just wanted to learn to express themselves better. And then I had the one-on-one VIP package, that $30,000 individual high-touch coaching program for the person who really needs a lot of me and is willing to pay. They want to feel special, they want to have that high touch, and they really need it.
Wait, so I kind of zoned out for a little bit. I also find the camera angles kind of distracting, Suzanne. She's only talking about other coaches, though, or entrepreneurs. She said she helped coaches reach 6 figures, or entrepreneurs that want to learn to show up and then one-on-one with other entrepreneurs. When are we doing the life coaching? That's all I'm asking. At what point were we a 6-figure life coach coaching people on their lives? That's what I want to know. Whoops.
This decision making, this way of creating all the offers at all the price points for all the different things actually held me back and my clients back. I actually work with some of the people who are in those programs and working with me in those super high-end VIP offers and in the life coaching 6-figure program. I have those clients who are working with me today in 200K Mastermind and my $2 million group, making a lot more money since I changed the way that I think about offers and what it means to help someone. One of the other ways, other than my 26 offers, one of the methods that I employed to make make a lot of money is I was using my energy, relationships, my positivity, my vibe, and my overall environment as a way to sell. So what that looked like is, for example, I remember taking a trip to Europe and I had an upcoming launch. And so the way that I was strategizing selling that launch was I've got to make my life look really cool so people want my life and then buy from me. So I was planning this extravagant travel plan, and then everywhere I went across Europe, I had to make sure I was taking the most amazing social media shots, and I was going live.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not going to say it. I'm just like, I wouldn't see, and this isn't a dig at her, this is just in general.
I had to make sure I was taking
Let me show you.
the most amazing.
To me, this photo right here, it doesn't matter who this person would be. If I saw that on someone's Instagram, I wouldn't think, oh my God, I'm so envious of this girl's life. Like, this is a selfie. Show me Europe. Show me the streets of Athens. Show me, you know, the architecture of Portugal. Show me the, like, I don't know, something more interesting than just your face. Like, to me, I understand the whole, like, marketing the luxury lifestyle, marketing being able to travel. You know, you see all the girls in the bikinis in Bali. They're showing me the landscape. They're showing me maybe them in a bikini on the beach, not just like a selfie of your face. Like, that's not really, she's trying to be like, oh yeah, I traveled Europe and marketed my lifestyle. This picture could have been taken in anywhere, Idaho.
Amazing social media shots, and I was going live and I was bringing my audience with me. There was a time where that was super valuable for me to get out there and just start talking to people and get my message in the world, and it was really inspiring. But at the multiple six-figure level, this started to feel like I couldn't enjoy my life. I couldn't be present in my life. I was at dinners, but I was more concerned about taking photos at dinner than enjoying the food. I was on a vacation, but I couldn't enjoy looking at the Eiffel Tower lit up at midnight sparkling because I was live streaming, showing everybody else at the same time. But I felt like I had to do that. I had to make my life look extraordinary for people to be compelled to buy from me.
And I'm sorry, how is this any different than what people are doing now? I know someone in the chat just said, isn't that what her mentor does? That's what I want to know. A lot of coaches do this, especially in like the manifestation coaching space. So many of them are dependent on like selling the lifestyle versus what their actual coaching is. Like, I can't remember her name. The one that's really annoying. Anyway, one of these coaches was going on about how they went to the Eras tour and they got this like suite at a hotel in Toronto and all these outfits and da-da-da-da-da. And they're selling that as like, if you're with me, like if you coach with me, you'll be successful like me and you can afford to spend thousands of dollars on a concert. Like, they're all doing it. Why are we acting like we don't do this when you do? Like, I don't understand. It's giving like holier than thou.
But behind the scenes, it was exhausting. I remember being in Paris in a cab, driving somewhere, and just on my phone, responding to people on social media and commenting and engaging with them. And I just felt depleted. And there was one moment where I was sitting in a cafe and I thought, I'm just tired of being positive all of the time. I'm tired of having to push myself to unrealistic expectations. I'm missing my entire human experience by trying to be my human body, the sales experience, my emotions, my positivity, my oomph, my lifestyle flashed all over social media for people to see. And this was with a really small audience. I still felt overwhelmed and exhausted, and I didn't want to have to keep engaging with people day and night in order to get them to buy from me. It was a really painful moment in my business where I couldn't imagine making even double what I was making if that's the way I had to make it. But it felt like the only way I knew to compel people to buy from me was to just be in their face all the time and be constantly driving content out and making my life look amazing and always pumping my own energy up in order to lift other people up.
100%. This comment says, guarantee she's talking to an objection. This is the saleswoman in her, aspiring coaches saying this isn't working. I think also like her ideal client is the type of person that says, I don't want to have to share my whole life on social media. I don't want to have to be, you know, a slave to my DMs. I don't want to have people know what I'm up to. And so she's saying, oh, I used to be the type of person that shared my whole life on the internet, but then I discovered a way that I could still get rich and not have to do that. And now pay me money in the 200K mastermind and I'll teach you how to sell without having to sell your lifestyle. Ooh.
And it really felt like that was the moment it all came crashing down. I had my 26 offers and I had my utter exhaustion being everywhere all at once for everyone except myself, and how I truly felt and being with me in my own life experiences and actually enjoying them. But one of the core fundamental tools that I use is called the model. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Ever since I developed a few of the tools that I'm going to talk to you about in the next video, I just have to tell you what my
The model is Brooks, though, isn't it? Paging Life Coach School, people. The model was invented, it's basically CBT, by Brooke Castillo, was it not?
My life is like now, and what a lot of my students are experiencing as well. When I go to dinner, my phone stays in my purse. I engage with the people that I'm at dinner with the entire time. Most of the time now, it's like my life didn't happen because there aren't photos of any of it, except it happened for me. I was there. I experienced it. I experienced it in a way that the 1,000 social media photos I'd taken before did nothing compared to just being present in my life. I take vacations for me and my family, and we have the most amazing time, and I document none of it. Yet, my clients get better results than they've ever gotten before. My sales convert at a higher rate than they've ever converted. And I did this with 2 offers. I started with one, then I added another, and I'm gonna tell you what I did in between in the next video, the tools that I employed that got me out of this situation, of the 26 offers and having to live on social media, engaging with other people to get them to buy. Now I'm never on social media and people buy from me at a higher rate than ever before. So these were some of the things that were really holding me back.
Blah, blah, blah. I want to bring to attention this comment here. I love how she's talking like she invented this way of living. Guys, can you imagine? I know this is hard to believe, but can you imagine that you can have a life off social media? Did you guys know that? Did you know that you can do things in your life and not post about them on social media? In fact, last night, I sat at my dining room table and I colored in my coloring books. And I didn't post about it on social media, but it happened. I swear to you, that was a real thing I did. I know you don't believe me because I didn't post about it, but things can happen that aren't posted on the internet. That's the point of my story. Suzanne says, I don't find this appealing at all, and I don't think I would have in the past. This is a new direction for her, and it's so boring. The background music was really killing me, the like clapping. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't know if you saw, but I posted a new like intro to my channel video because YouTube lets you pin like a video to the top of your YouTube. Anyway, as I was making that video, I was editing it and I was like, maybe I should put some like background music onto this. Oh my God. I went through so many different songs and all of them made it sound like so cheesy. I had to just do it without the music because I'm like, I can't figure this out. Lori says, I have never posted anything on social media. Never. Well, have you ever actually done anything then? Because if you didn't post about it on social media, it didn't actually happen. Oh my God. Nomi says, what's extra infuriating is that people like her created that expectation of sharing everything in the first place. And now she wants to profit again from selling the opposite. That's like the super interesting piece that I find with any of these sort of newer movements. So according to this video, it kind of looks like Stacey's approach is now, well, you can do anything without social media. Also, similar to the like new soft girl era that I talked about in one of my recent videos, this idea of like people will exploit a specific behavior or approach to business, and then once they get bored of it or it stops working, they all of a sudden like rebrand themselves and act as though they never perpetuated the other behavior in the first place. Well, I never said hustle culture was a good idea, even though I built my whole business and wealth off of hustle culture. I've always wanted to just live a relaxed, comfy lifestyle. So now I'm going to sell how you can build a business working 7 seconds a day, even though I built my business by being super hustle culture. But we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about how I sold my lifestyle on social media for 6 years either. You can do it without doing that. And the secret is millions of dollars in Facebook ads, allegedly. No, I have truly never lived. Such a shame, Lori. You really got to start posting on social media about it. Okay, let's see what we have in store next. So that was video number 1, where we learned that we don't need to post about our lives on social media. And now we're going to learn in episode 2 the 3 steps we need to take to reach 200K. So get your wallets ready and let's get into it.
Okay, so in video 1, I talked about my 3 biggest pain points that you might be experiencing too.
Uno reverse coaching. So true.
Maybe you don't have 26 offers, but you might have 3. Or you might be struggling with going back and forth on your pricing and offering lots of different things in the moment when you're on consults and delivering more things than you would like to be delivering. I also told you about selling with my positivity and feeling like I had to be relevant and influential in order to grow my business, which left me feeling super exhausted and not present in my life. I felt like I was teaching other people how to live their life, but I wasn't really living mine in a way that I wanted to experience it. And then on top of all of that, I was having a natural, normal human response to this is not authentic to me and feeling really terrible, but making myself feel worse, telling myself it was wrong that I felt terrible, and not really understanding how to help myself get out of feeling negative so that I could get work done, but also understanding my negative emotion and learning from it. It was a hot mess. A lot of my clients experience this too. One of the biggest things I talk to them about is the difference between working hard and hustling for sales. Many of my students want to make more money than they're making now, but they don't want to do the whole relationship with their business that I just covered. They don't want to be exhausted. They don't want to discount themselves.
I want to make money without having to work, actually. I hate working, and so I'm looking for a coach that's going to teach me how to make money without having to work, because I don't want to work. That's it. I just don't want it.
I don't want to have to be in people's faces all of the time selling toxic positivity. They don't want to have to compromise their own life. And
oh my God. Pot, meat, kettle. We don't want to sell toxic positivity. Stacey on her podcast last week. The reason why you aren't successful is because your bad mindset is holding you back and you don't believe in yourself. Honey, you are the toxic positivity, allegedly, in my opinion.
and their own relationship with themselves in order to make more money. They want to be examples of what's possible as a life coach. There is a way to work hard without hustling. And there is a way to sell in a really highly valuable way without you being all over the place all of the time, constantly concerned if you're going to lose relevance if you take a week off. And when you truly figure out how to make all of these pieces work together, then you can turn the volume way up and really make a lot more money, double or even triple your sales. This is really the path to 200K. So here's what I learned when I got rid of my 20s.
Yes, I often ask this question. Nomi says, does this lady genuinely have amnesia or is just hoping we do? I think a lot of these coaches operate under the assumption that we all have amnesia and we don't remember anything that they've ever said or done. I find this super interesting because, like, as someone such as myself who was once involved in the coaching industry, it's no secret that I used to spew this toxic positivity type stuff. I've made videos where I've roasted myself for the stuff that I used to say. I think it's funny now to admit how stupid I was back then. Not stupid, but like I didn't know any better. And so I always just find it interesting when these bigger name coaches don't take that same approach, because I think that there's a huge opportunity for some self-deprecating humor that people would be able to relate to. And instead, they sweep everything under the rug and hope that none of us remember that 6 months ago they were literally doing the thing that they're like shitting on now. Do you think we have amnesia? Because we don't. Or at least I don't.
6 offers and constrained down to just 1. I learned how to sell by creating value for my clients. I learned how to explain their problem in a way that they didn't even understand themselves. I learned how to communicate a simple, clear, doable solution. I learned how to walk someone through the process of understanding exactly how I would help them as a life coach in a way that felt tangible and not intangible and ambiguous with really big coach speak, industry speak language.
Wait, but you're going to help them as a life coach, or you mean you're going to help them as they are a life coach? Because you're not life coaching anyone. You're a business coach, and you should really own the fact that you're a business coach. You're not a life coach. And I highly doubt that you were really even ever a life coach for that long.
And then I learned how to sell them on the results that are possible for them. I packaged that together in now what I call my PSPR method. We use this in the 200K mastermind to communicate the client's problem, the simple solution, the process to getting what they want, and how their life is gonna look when they accomplish it. Clients actually respond when you speak to them in the PSPR method better than if you went live for 365 days of the year, because it's speaking to what they actually need to hear to buy from you. They don't care that your life is amazing. They care that you can help them. And because I stuck with that one offer, I figured out how to sell that to everyone.
Yes, Monica is asking if she has coaches under her. I do believe, and I think this came up in an interview that I did with someone. I believe her programs are actually run by like coaches that she hires. And then she shows up, or at least this was before her business started allegedly flailing in the past year or so. She would show up for like the last group call to try and like get people to re-sign up. But for the most part, she doesn't actually do any of the hands-on coaching. It's all done by coaches that are contracted by her. And you guys can correct me in the chat if I'm wrong with that.
How to position my offer multiple different ways so that it appealed to my entire audience. I didn't have to bend myself in 1,000 different directions. I had to make my offer, my solution, work for everyone that was coming to me, no matter what their special snowflake syndrome was.
How is that even possible? How could you possibly have a solution that works for everyone? Alongside the red flag I told you to look out for before, where she has a 5-step proven system, another red flag, that you should look out for is anyone who's claiming to have a one-size-fits-all solution. So sort of the same thing. If I have a 5-step formula that works for everybody, or I have, you know, this perfect magic solution that's going to work with you no matter what your, what did you call it? Snowflake syndrome is, whatever's wrong with you. Immediately red flag. That's not how business works. Business is not copy and paste as much as these coaches want to believe, unless you also want to become a coach that coaches coaches and you're just going to copy exactly what she's doing and turn it into your own business. Then maybe it could work if you have the right personality and pizzazz.
I realize the power of when you decide what the offer is and then you go sell it powerfully. Promise, because you won't have to. You'll know how to make money even when you feel bad.
Wait.
Not a no
I gotta go back. I missed that.
value cycle. If you can learn as a life coach how to sell, deliver, and make money even when your life doesn't feel great, you will never stop making money. I promise. Because you won't
That's literally not true though. Like, what if nobody wants life coaching? Then you're not gonna make any money. Like, what?
have to. You'll know how to make money even when you feel bad. And life is 50-50. If you're going to be a life coach for life, there's zero chance your life is going to be perfect for the rest of your career. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have challenges in your marriage, challenges with your children, loved ones who are sick. You're going to
Does Stacy consider herself a life coach? Like, because all of these videos so far are giving me the impression that she identifies as a life coach. And in my opinion, she's not a life coach. She's a business coach.
to get sick. You're going now, when all of these things are working really well together,
I am so lost. I don't know what she's talking about. Low value is when you feel bad about yourself, and high value is when you feel good about yourself. Is that what she's saying? Like, why not just say that?
cards. In one of my last live webinars, I actually had someone say, oh my God, by the grace of God, I remembered my credit card number because she was out and she didn't have her card on her. That's the experience you want to have for your people. And when my clients unlock how to create demand in their business, all of a sudden, making a lot of money doesn't feel daunting. It's like the ride of a lifetime. They have so much fun. They feel so powerful. We call it in the 200K Mastermind turning the faucet on and off.
Oh, I actually thought that making a lot of money would feel really bad and that I would be so miserable because I was finally able to pay my bills. That making enough money to survive and thrive sounds horrible, in my opinion. Thank you so much. Look at that. All I got to do is type in the chat and it appears. It's like magic. I manifested this can of water.
When you really know how to sell with PSPR, create lots of value for your clients, when you can deliver whether you're in a low value cycle or a high value cycle, and you only have to worry about one offer, that's when you feel completely in control of making money. You could go take a month break. I took a month-long road trip with my fiance at the time and my dog, and I didn't work at all. But I believed when I would come back, I would start making money again. I've helped clients take 3 and 4 month maternity leaves, fly overseas to spend time with an ill parent, and take time off to grieve. These are real life human experiences. We need to be able to leave our businesses to experience them, to be with our life. And we get to do that when we understand the money equation. When we actually feel like we care more about ourselves than our client's experience, we can do anything we want. I could just take 4 months off if I didn't give a shit that my clients paid me for my time and I don't have time for them for 4 months. So that's a them problem, not me. That's the vibe I'm getting here. Feel like we're in control. I recently came off my own maternity leave and I still made more money that year than ever before because I had that equation. I'm on a mission to make sure every coach, especially every woman, understands how to make money and how to take time off and live their life. To me, that is the result of being a life coach, a well-paid life coach, a 200K life coach. I've shared a lot about my story, but in the next video, I want to share with you my client stories because they're not all exactly like me. I've served hundreds of life coaches in the 200K Mastermind. I've helped a lot of life coaches make a lot of money. Over 100 make 200K just in the last 4 years. I've told you a lot about my story, but now I want to share with you my clients' stories. I want you to hear it from them. How using these tools impacted their businesses and their lives because many of them are different than me. I have clients from every walk of life. They all have different situations, but the tools that I've shared with you here have helped to give them freedom and helped them make a lot of money. Just in the last 2.5 years, the 200K Mastermind students have created $42 million inside the Mastermind. That's a lot of money. That should be money going into your pocket as well. But don't take it from me, take it from my clients. Watch the next video and hear what they have to say.
Okay, I normally don't watch testimonial videos, but I'm kind of intrigued only because, and I keep saying this over and over again, I am highly skeptical that her most successful clients are actually life coaches. I believe that it is much more likely that the majority of the clients making $42 million allegedly, I would speculate that most of those people are business coaches coaching other coaches. They're not life coaches, but I'm ready to be proven wrong. I mean, what even is a life coach at this point? If Stacy considers herself a life coach, I think the term is used quite loosely in this circle. Mary Jo says, I've been in the LCS world, life coach school, for those of you that are new here, from day one. She has never marketed or considered a regular life coach. Interesting. Imagine if there were sales pages like this promoting med school or becoming a doctor. If you want to help people and make so much money, you should apply to the medical school at the University of Toronto. I wonder if she includes the clients that don't have a positive testimony. Something tells me that's not what we're going to see here, but I will hold my comments until we see on our own. So this one is titled Coaching in 200K. So these are people that have been inside this program.
Last video, I talked to you about the power of some of our 200K mastermind tools, having a simple offer, learning how to sell using the PSPR method, creating demand, and really navigating low and high value cycles and leveraging them for your benefit in your business, all culminating with one result, making 200K and feeling in control of your money, being able to.
So Nomi's asking, is there an actual regular customer anywhere in her world, someone being coached to do something that isn't coaching? For Stacy specifically, no. As far as I know, I don't think she offers any kind of like actual coaching beyond coaching life coaches. That's something that's super interesting to me because like even Brooke Castillo, like if we think of like old school Brooke Castillo with the life coach school, the like mega pumping out all of these life coaches, even part of her business model, I believe it was called Get Coached. It was called something else before that. Self-coaching scholars. That was like actual life coaching that you could get in addition to like becoming a life coach. Her business actually offered coaching too. So it's interesting to me that Stacy's only focus is like helping life coaches make money and there's no actual coaching going on specifically.
Take time off, step out of.
Yeah, Suzanne says this last video, next video update is so repetitive. So Stacy giving a summary of a video we just watched 10 seconds ago. This isn't a TV series that we waited 6 months for. I can skip forward a little bit.
Absolutely jealous that I don't have a space full of high aptitude, highly successful, big thinkers who are all making money at the same rate that I am. They're all at the same income level, but they have vastly different business experiences and vastly different approaches as life coaches, business coaches, health coaches. They have so much experience to pour into each other. I want that. I haven't been able to find it for me at my income level, but the community and the container that we create truly.
Isn't she in a mastermind? Isn't she being coached by Melanie Ann Layer? What do you mean you don't have a container with people who are operating at your level? I thought you yourself were also being coached. I'm confused.
Truly is unlike anything in the industry. When you're listening to these coaches' stories and hearing the way it has impacted them, I also want you to know that these are the people you will be masterminding with. You get to learn not only from me, but all of them. You get to gather their experience.
Okay,
you get
blah,
to hear
blah,
the
blah.
Every single week where the students can come together and study for an entire 2 hours together. They either create content or they coach themselves for an entire hour and then they come together to discuss and give.
They're paying you to coach each other? Wait.
Group focus times every single week where the students can come together and study for an entire 2 hours together. They either create content or they coach themselves for an entire hour and then they come together to discuss and give feedback and get coached.
That makes literally no sense. You could do that for free. You could just make some friends and set up a call and all chat on that call. I actually do that. I actually have a call this Wednesday morning with my other friends that own businesses, and we meet once a month for an hour, and we coach each other, aka bitch about whatever we want, and give each other our feedback. Like, why am I paying you thousands of dollars to coach myself?
My client page led an incredible session, and the way that she explained the 200K tools really resonated with people. So much so that people were asking her about it who couldn't make it to the call. So she actually posted the recording for everyone to have. I thought it was the most brilliant example of an actual mastermind. That's where everyone is coming and contributing their own ideas, their own experience, and their own expertise to help everyone succeed. That's what we do in this room. No man, woman left behind. Everyone crosses the finish line. We all make 200K together. But let's hear it from their experience.
Oh my
this
God.
process and the community is what's going to get me to 200K and beyond. And you could really feel that. It was amazing. It was everything that I had hoped for. I had so many great takeaways. I think the biggest thing I learned from this experience was that there's just a huge sense of community. You realize as you're getting coaching from the people in your breakout room or from anybody else, they're seeing problems that you might not even be able to see. And so that's helping you stay one step ahead in your business.
This environment is so unique and so special. Everyone is rooting for you to win. Everyone wants you to be successful and is truly trying to help you in every possible way. Even if other people don't believe in your dreams, invest in people who do.
You belong in this.
Okay, that actually makes me sad to say, if other people don't believe in your dreams, buy relationships with people who believe in you. Or, guys, I have a wild idea. If you're surrounded by people who don't believe in you and believe in your dreams, find new fucking friends. Why are we paying for people to be nice to us? I don't get it. It makes me sad that these people are like, I don't have supportive people in my life, so I pay thousands of dollars to be in a mastermind where people will support me. No. Go make new friends. Break up with your boyfriend. Tell your best friend she sucks and go find a new one.
This room. You make the best decisions for your business. And it was my decision for my business, for me, to be in this room. And it's the best decision I've ever made.
I have seen more inspirational, powerful, beautiful beings than I probably have seen in my entire life go on stage within a few hours, just breaking my heart open with the potential and the depth of the human experience and what is really possible when you have a really clever, supportive community that can help hold people accountable for the success that is their birthright if they put in the work.
The thought I have had that has just given me so much freedom is I can feel any emotion. And feeling it right now. I did have a baby last year, and the thought that allowed me to still grow in my business was that having this baby and taking time off with my family creates more value and more money, not less.
Everything I touch does turn to gold, and that's exactly what this room has done for me and what Stacey has done for me and what you do for your clients, and I'm so, so grateful.
200K Mastermind is already helping me so much in my coaching and in so many different ways, but what I always come back to is a very clear and simple process for delivering more and more value to my clients and getting them better and better results faster.
As a South Asian woman, I've always been told, well, not overtly, but the messaging was, you put everyone else first, you stay last, and to be able to be seen and to be making money, which is a huge taboo in our culture, is like huge.
I'm living my dream because y'all know sometimes we forget that where we are right now is where we wanted to be. And sometimes I pull that one out like, no, this is your dream. And when my brain is like, this is hard, I just answer back, of course it is hard. And I choose to be soft with myself. This work is important. And the last one I've been really working on is my identity as a creator. And I get to tell life what I'm fucking gonna do rather than asking for permission.
It was an incredible experience. I came here with one version of myself and I'm leaving a completely different human.
But not.
Okay, something that's super interesting to me whenever I see any of these sort of compilation testimonial videos is, and this is a bit of like an anecdotal story, I suppose, but I was speaking with someone who was telling me they were at one of these live events. They got asked to leave a testimonial. Obviously, if you've ever been to any kind of live event where you're around people, you're in the energy, you get like hyped up and you feel super excited about whatever the thing is. Come 6 months later, the coach maybe changes the program a little bit. They're still using these same testimonials and whatever. And this person no longer feels the same way about their experience in the program. They go to ask the coach, can you remove that? I don't want to be vouching for your program. I actually wouldn't recommend that people take it anymore. And the coach refuses to take it down. So I don't know. I have a hard time really watching these videos and buying into what these people are saying, only because having been to any kind of live event, again, I know what it's like to be in that energy and feel so excited. But once you have the come down, I'm skeptical that you would feel exactly the same way, the same level of excitement when you have time to actually think about what transpired, This is so cringe. Yeah. 100%. The emotional manipulation is right on point here. This video is literally designed for people who have already kind of drank the Kool-Aid and are considering buying in. And I mean, I think of myself 6 years ago, I probably would have watched something like this and been like, oh my God, yes. I literally remember reading the testimonials on my coach's website and being like, I resonate so much with these people. I can relate to their experience. They have what I want, and they allegedly have it because of this program. And so then you end up buying in and you realize like, oh, boo, tomato, tomato. But yes, you're right, Monica. They're not really giving specifics.
Not be standing here today if it wasn't for every Black woman in this room that have made me feel safe and seen and welcome.
200K is empowering. Honestly, I even thought why I didn't join before. I should have done it sooner. I think it would have taken me from, you know, this space where sometimes where you can be like, you don't know exactly what you have to do and you're supposed to do, you don't know anybody to really talk to about it, and to be surrounded by people with the same motivation, the same mindset, and the same hunger to have your business grow, it just feels awesome.
All you need.
Super dangerous though, because then you're in an environment where no one's really questioning what the leader is doing. We're all just like, yes. And even if we have those inklings of like, that seems kind of weird, maybe I shouldn't do that. If you see everyone around you being like, no, it's fine, then no one's really speaking those sketchy parts out loud, and we're all just going along with it, even though maybe we don't necessarily believe in it. From my own experience, that's what it was like anyway. And it wasn't until we all left the program and someone, me, finally broke the silence that people were like, oh yeah, I actually felt that way too. That was really weird.
What you need to do is show up. There is so much here that is going to light your brain on fire and get you moving in the right direction. Don't worry about it too much. Just come here and the magic is going to unfold.
You're also looking for approval from the leader. I just want to add that. So like, you look up to this person, presumably, otherwise you wouldn't have hired them. And so you're not going to say anything to upset them because you want their approval. Part of the reason why people get so deep, I think, into these like coaching relationships is because they want that validation from the mentor and the other people in the mastermind with you. Like, you don't want to be the odd man out. So if, you know, Sarah over here is having a positive experience, I'm going to gaslight myself into believing that I'm also having a positive experience because I don't want to feel left out. I want Stacy's approval, but I also want my peer Sarah's approval too. I want everyone, like, I want to feel like I'm part of the in crowd, right? I think, anyway, is partly what happens in these environments.
As long as I can think, I'm in the capability of creating value, and if I share that value, it will monetize.
My parents are from Puerto Rico, so I'm first generation, born here, and I've done a lot of firsts in my life. I was the first to go to college, first to get a master's degree, first to buy a home. But this, by far, is the first in my family, and I'm the most proud of. Being an entrepreneur has literally changed my life. It's changing my family, it's changing my children, and the clients that I get to work with.
Exactly. Suzanne says, from my experience, these promos make it feel so cozy and community-minded, but then you get in there and it's either tumbleweeds or cliquey like high school. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Especially in a program like this size. Like, I wonder, based on just the video footage here, like, I wonder how many people are in the mastermind at a time. Like, I imagine it's a fairly large size group. Like, when I was in coaching, the mastermind that I joined only had, I think, 8 women. So it was pretty small and like an intimate experience. But something like this doesn't really feel like it would have that like tight-knit feeling.
Proud of the work that I get to do and the industry that I get to support them in. And it was a dream that I had for so long. I taught in New York City as a high school teacher for 17 years. And I had this dream to support the wellness industry for a very long time, and I just didn't have the belief there. And it wasn't until I found 2K that I really started to believe. And I resigned from my teaching career, which was amazing. And I'm doing this work full time. And I just know that the impact that I'm having is so far beyond what I can even see. And I'm just so proud of myself, and I'm letting that really sink in.
Suzanne says that there was over 170 people when she did it. Yeah, that's wild.
And some of the thoughts that helped me get here are, I'll figure it out. I always figure it out. It's such a deep self-concept that I have. And the other thoughts that I've worked on quite a bit is that it's safe to be seen and it's safe to receive.
Before I came, I was a little bit like discouraged, I think. I put a lot of things on hold. And of course I was privileged to be able to do that. I can honestly say it's so clear to me to the point where I've already made changes.
For me, it's to help my clients, but then it goes beyond them because they want to help more people.
To any other Black women in the audience or watching, or anyone who sees this in the future, that this is available to you. When Black women make a lot of money, this entire world will change.
But there are so many of us who's been like outsiders when we grew up. Here we are the insiders. Here we are celebrated. Here we are cherished and supported. And here we actually are loved. It's just such a different room to be in.
Okay, so now we've heard from the students. How's everybody feeling? I got a corgi butt. Little baby corgi butt right there. I would love to see bank statements from everyone involved. Yeah, like, I would have to look at it again. We can pull it up if you guys want. But the whole, like, data study that she did, I don't really think it painted an accurate picture specifically of people who were not successful in her programs. I recall the data being like very misleading and skewed to make it sound better than it actually would have been. Yeah, what percentage of these people are actually making 200,000 or more? Everyone's speech is usually about their feelings, not the results. And that's kind of what I was trying to get to when I was ranting earlier about these like testimonial style videos is when you're in any one of these programs, whether it's a mastermind, group coaching, you go to a conference, a retreat, you have a one-on-one call with a coach, your immediate emotional response is typically positive. You usually feel really good about yourself. You feel like you have a clear sense of direction that you want to go in. I remember I would get off calls with my coach and I would think like, oh, we didn't really go over any like strategies, but I feel really good about myself. I have a positive mindset and I feel confident in myself. And so I would have those like emotionally high feelings of like feeling good. But at the end of the day, I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I didn't actually learn anything. I didn't have any skills that I would have hoped to acquire. And so I find it super interesting when they focus so hard on the feeling and they never actually address like what the results are. Like who's actually making money? How much money are you making? Are you getting the things that were promised in like this sales page, for example? Or do you just feel really confident about yourself and have a positive mindset? And was that worth $25,000? Questions I have. Factor says, to be honest, I'm not interested in an emotional high. I am interested in growing my income. Tell me about that or don't say anything at all. Yeah, again, I think it's a really good tactic to try and like play on people's insecurities and their vulnerabilities. Because that's what gets people to sign up is like that excitement of, I want to, be in a part of this community. Oh. Now I wouldn't fall for it, but 6 years ago, definitely that was the thing that was, I've been in the position where I've been vulnerable to this kind of marketing for sure. Okay, so let's watch the fourth video here titled Start Your Path Now. I'm assuming this is just going to be a big pitch to get us to finally swipe our credit cards.
You are on your path to a $200,000 business. In this final video, I'm gonna share with you what you get inside our new 200K mastermind. First and most importantly, you get access to our brand new 5-step 200K process. This is a culmination of all of the teachings over 11 mastermind rounds and 5 years.
Okay, so Suzanne, I'm guessing the 5-step 200K process didn't exist when you took it. This is something she's developed in her flop era.
I break down how to create your 200K offer. And then I teach you advanced selling, advanced marketing, and advanced delivering. There are only 3 things you have to do to make 200K as a life coach. And that's it. Learn how to market, sell, and deliver at the 200K level.
But again, I want to know how many of Stacy's clients are life coaches. Thank you so much for the subscribe, Sandra. Welcome, welcome. To that I will say,
now you are one of us. One of us. One of us.
Welcome. I want to know how many of Stacey's clients are life coaches, because of the people that she showed in the testimonial videos. I didn't know all of them, but I knew probably about half of them. None of those people are life coaches. Those are coaches that coach other coaches, or they coach on course creation, or they coach on, starting a business, or blah, blah, blah. None of them, they're not actually like coaching people on life so much as how to make money via whatever means they're coaching on. So very curious, because Dawn here is asking, are these coaches actually selling something that people are willing to pay for? Do they have a valuable product to offer? They're not offering coaching so much as like the opportunity to teach you how to make money through also becoming a coach, allegedly, in my opinion, my observation.
Then our fifth step to the process is what brings it all together, the 200K self-concept. We only can create results that reflect our belief in ourselves and who we are in this industry and in the world. I will teach you how to up your capacity for visibility, your belief in yourself, and how to become a thought leader. You get access to all 5 steps of our 200K.
Why does everyone want to be a thought leader? That's what I want to know. So many of these coaches, like this, again, isn't unique to Stacey's program. I see this in a lot of the content that I watch. This idea of like being a thought leader, being, revolutionary. First of all, they're all just copying self-help books that they read or podcasts they listen to. But why? Why do you want to be seen as like the next Tony Robbins, the next Amy Porterfield, the next Stacey Bayman? Why? Like the ego piece is something that I just can't. It's like the whole like meant for more narrative. I mean, again, I used to buy into this. I used to believe that I was meant to be a thought leader. It's like, why, Danielle? Why? Nobody cares. Also, you don't know what you're talking about.
Process as soon as you get accepted into the mastermind, and you get guided through this curriculum by me week by week leading up to our live coaching segment. So you get 2 parts to your 200K investment. You get guided curriculum through our 5-step process, and then you get 6 months of live coaching and masterminding in the 200K mastermind. As our live portion begins, you get to come to Mastermind Week. I am a huge fan of having explosive energy as we start each round of our mastermind. Whether you're a new student or a returning student, I am going to bring it for 5 straight days. We are going to meet for 90-minute coaching, mentoring, and workshopping calls, 1 call for every single part of the 200K process.
Yeah, guys, so pay me $25,000 so I can set you up on my $20 Zoom subscription, and you guys can hang out with each other, okay? All you got to do is pay me $25,000, and I will graciously let you use my Zoom subscription for free, and you can hang out with each other, and then I don't actually have to do anything. I'm just the magical energy that brings you all together.
You will leave with your 200K simple offer, your 1-sheet marketing plan, your PSPR for your business, the process that you will teach your clients and how to get your clients results in your coaching container, and your 3 essentials for the entire mastermind, your intimate personal focus that will guide you through the 200K process and our live coaching segment to make sure you get.
What is this background music? It sounds like Despicable Me or something. Like a Disney bad guy is about to pop out.
Everything your business needs. After Mastermind Week, we will all come together weekly at our group coaching call to take examples of 200K businesses, problems you might face, launch troubleshooting, consultation coaching, every single part of the 200K process. Weekly, we will dive in and coach students through their businesses to get to the other side to 200K.
All of this decision making is coming from like trying to escape something.
You will also get access to weekly co-working sessions if you don't want to feel alone in writing copy and preparing lunches and working on your PSPR and your messaging for your clients. If you struggle to work alone in your office, our group co-working sessions a week are optional and one of the most fun parts of the mastermind to feel plugged into a community and really produce work at the highest level. You will also get to mastermind and strategize with your peers inside our live coaching container. And one of my favorite new parts of the 200K Mastermind is you get access to our brand new custom revenue tracker, where you can track every single dollar you make inside your business during your time in the 200K Mastermind. You can track your growth. You can see.
I would love to see it. Is it a Google spreadsheet? Because I sell one of those for $5. Save yourself the 25 grand and I'll give you my custom revenue tracker. Sorry. It's got to be a Google spreadsheet.
See your year to date, your mastermind to date, and your 12-month rolling revenue. You will learn how to track like a 200K earner. You will learn how to develop a strong confidence in looking at your numbers and an intimate relationship with them, no matter what they are. Students who revenue track with us will also get access every month to a bonus revenue tracking call where we coach on just the numbers. I am committed to creating entrepreneurs and life coaches who know their numbers, are smart with their numbers, and make strategic decisions from the knowledge and awareness of their numbers on a regular basis. We are creating CEOs here. And I feel especially compelled to do this work with women, to help women feel confident to run their businesses, invest, make money decisions, and be in control of the data and the math. You get everything I've talked about here for an investment of just $10,000. This mastermind has been studied,
She's on a discounted price now, I guess. Sorry, I'm just texting Pablo to come save the dog. She would like to be escaped. Oh my God, my brain. I lost all my brain cells, guys. I can't even use proper English.
Been analyzed and has proven results. This is the absolute best investment you could make for your coaching business to take.
I believe 10K is cheaper than it was. I thought it was 25K before. But if Suzanne is still here, can you let us know? How much was it? I need to know.
You to the next level. We accept a brand new class of participants every 6 months. We bring together a curated group of coaches from every income level every round at the 25K, 50K, 100K, and 200K income level. You will have peers in your income range to mastermind with and take you to the next level. A rising tide lifts all boats, and that's what we do inside the 200K Mastermind. We're open for enrollment soon. You want to make sure you join the wait list and get access to enrollment requirements and what you need to do to apply for the 200K Mastermind. Get access to the guided curriculum right away, and then
it used to be $25,000. Crazy. Okay. I have lots of thoughts bursting through my brain right now. Yes, $10,000 is a ton of money. $25,000 is a ton more of money, especially US. I don't know how the dollar is doing in the rest of the y'all's countries, but in Canada, not good. I was just watching a video yesterday. We're at like a record low. The Canadian dollar is the lowest it's been since like the 1990s. So I love that for us. So $10,000 is actually like $15,000 Canadian. But anyway, I digress. I'm not here to complain about the economy. I do that enough in my regular life. I just think it's very interesting to me. Someone who used to be very much at the top of the coaching pyramid or close to, I'm speculating she's flailing is what I'm trying to say. And this is her like last ditch effort to continue to get people into the program because people weren't seeing the value at $25,000. Again, if you search her name and search the word Reddit, you are going to see tons and tons of forums where people are expressing the fact that they did not get what they paid for. So people are pissed off. They're not re-signing. So what does she need to do? She needs to bring in a whole new pool of people. And in this economy, no one's paying $25,000. So let's just more than half the price and see if we can make up for it in volume. So if I used to get, 170 students at $25K, maybe now I can get 300 students at $10K and try and make up for that loss. Again, all speculation. I don't know that to be true. That's just what I would guess is happening here.
And join us in our next live coaching session. I'll see you on the inside.
Okay, so that was that. I'm just catching up on the rest of the comments here. Do. So, William, this is the question we're never going to really have the answer to. William's asking, is she a business coach or a life coach? I really feel like she calls herself a life coach, and I think she believes that she's a life coach, but she's not. I'm going to go to her Instagram and see what it says, because she is a business coach of life coaches, allegedly. Again, I would love to see how many of her clients, especially successful clients, are actually life coaches, because again, in the testimonial video she showed, the coaches that I recognized are not life coaches. They're business coaches for other coaches. Okay, let's see. Does she have me blocked? She might. Does she have an Instagram? Because if she does, she might have me blocked. Let me go to Google. Yeah, she has me blocked, so I can't see. Master business coach. Okay, so she does call herself a business coach. Business coach for life coaches. So at least that's clear, because up until now, it's been sounding like she thinks she's a life coach. Okay, let's see. I feel like this is women exploiting other women. It 100%, in my opinion, is. However, it's masked under the guise of empowerment and like personal development. So that's the really interesting piece. Thank you, Suzanne. Appreciate that. So her bio reads 8 figures, master business coach for life coaches. I help you make your first 2K, 200K, and 2 million. Super interesting. But yes, so sorry, I'm like squirrel brain. I absolutely agree though, Zen Hands, with the exploiting women, but I feel like when you're at Stacy's scale, I feel like you have to know what you're doing. But for a lot of people, especially like further down the pyramid, you don't realize that it's exploitative, the behavior, because you're so like deluded by the cult like environment that you think you're doing the right thing. I like to think anyway. People might disagree with that, but am I the only one who feels like these masterminds are just glorified Facebook groups? Well, you're not totally wrong. Redditors out here doing the Lord's work. Seriously, anytime you want to... I even bought a luggage. And what did I do? I looked it up on Reddit, the name of the luggage, to see if anyone owned it. Nobody did, so I started my own. And now people are asking me if I like that luggage or not. Reddit is the go-to for anything. Just search blah, 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 thing I'm about to buy, Reddit, and see if someone's talking about it before you swipe your credit card. She would have to go down to under $5,000 to bring in the number of people she was before. Yeah, I'm interested to see. I know like a lot of people, again, on Reddit and stuff are speculating that like she's flailing, like I said earlier. And that's just like an observation. That's not a definitive statement. But that being said, I'm curious to see, like a year from now, how this continues to evolve. Suzanne says, I'm just here for the comments. You guys are all hilarious. Yes, thank you, live chat. You make this worth my time. Fun to be here. We're probably going to get demonetized from all the background music, so at least we had a good time doing it, you know? Despite everything, I am very grateful to this painful economy if it's preventing people from getting swindled by coaches. Very true, honestly. If I can barely afford groceries, I'm not going to waste $10K on a coach that's not going to put me in a better position. I think my last few brain cells are dying a painful death right now. Mine have left the building, that is for sure. Just like an MLM, the further down in the pyramid you are, the harder it is to have the full picture. You're usually more of a true believer. The people closer to the top are usually the aware ones. Exactly. I totally agree. I think that it's very easy to become like enchanted by the whole concept of being your own boss and building this amazing business. And when you're not getting results, having that like positive mindset and belief in yourself is really the only thing motivating you, because if I'm not making money from my business, I got to make it worth my time somehow. And how am I going to do that? By believing in myself and feeling like I'm having a good time and changing my vibration. And so I think that you become really like unaware of the fact that you're perpetuating things that are causing harm because you yourself haven't realized the harm that's been inflicted on you. Like, you want to believe you're having a good time, so then you're sharing that good time with other people, right? I think is what happens. And that's speaking from my own experience. Thank you so much, Amy, for your super chat. Amy says, if life coaches are such experts at life where they're charging money, wait, sorry, I can't read. If life coaches are such experts at life where they're charging money, then why do they need coaches? They should already be the experts. Great question. But we got a hashtag stay coached up around here because that is the only way to be successful.
I'm always baffled when people don't have a life coach or don't want one. I'm like, what? It's the most amazing thing ever.
It's the most amazing thing ever. Why wouldn't you want a life coach? I just don't get it.
It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not even a scheme per se.
It's definitely not a pyramid scheme though. So don't say that because it's not a pyramid scheme. Ah, sigh. Thanks so much, Lori. Appreciate you for being here. These people don't know when to quit. It's really hard. I think even for myself, like, I mean, I was never successful per se as a coach, but I like identified as a coach for much longer than I should have. I should have just called it quits after year one, but I held on until I was like, I gotta make money. And the only way I'm going to do that is to get rid of the things that are wasting my time. And coaching was that thing. So here we are. But now I have this YouTube channel and I have all these really cool internet friends. So thank you so much for being here. Please give the stream a thumbs up if you have not yet. I would really appreciate it. Lucy says they have to trade money with each other to keep their incomes rising. We're always talking top line revenue though. I want to see those profit margins, baby. How much profit are we making? Questions I have. Okay, friends, I think that's going to be it for today. I am working, actually, before I get off here, I am working on my idea list for the 12 days of Coachmas. We have 10 of the 12 days planned, so stay tuned for that. I'm not really certain how much content I'm going to be putting out between now and, when does this start? December 12th, I believe. Just because making 12 YouTube videos, it's a lot of work. And if I learned anything from last year, it's that I need to be more prepared than I think I need to be. Last year, I was scrambling a little bit by the end. So I'm kind of thinking I'll keep live streaming, maybe put out a video or two in the meantime, but I'm really going to be focusing on preparing for the 12 days of Coachmas, which starts in less than 3 weeks. So it's going to be fun. Thank you so much for being here, all of you. And I'm on Instagram 24/7 if you need to get a hold of me in the meantime. Okay, if you want me to react to something, drop it in the forum down below. And subscribe to my dog's YouTube channel, youtube.com/@the Crunch Club. There will be corgi butts aplenty there, okay? Take care, comb your hair, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!